Coming back down from... This is sweet. Good afternoon and welcome to Coulee Outdoors. I am your host, Brandon Scott, and welcome to the Coulee Outdoors yearly yearly-ish update, where it is the last day of April, and I'll try to get these yearly updates done in April. Why April, not January, Brandon? Well, because January is in the middle of winter, and you're usually in the middle of snow sports. So March and April is when the weather turns and we transition from winter sports to summer sports. So that's where I'm considering the yearly reset date in. So this video is where I'm pretty much going to tell you what I try and would like to get done every year and give you updates on what we have done. And then of course I don't have certain numbers on hand at the top of my mind at the moment, so I'll just have to put them in. So as of today, we have gone on, I want to say something like 120-ish adventures. And out of that, I have, over the last 4 years, yeah, because I started this in 2001, so yeah. So we're averaging something like 35, 40 adventures a year-ish. And obviously if there's better dates, I'll put that down below. Also, if you want to know where I'm hiking, I'll put a link to, I'm just kidding. I'm never going to be that kind of channel where I have to go make you click on a whole bunch of things and scroll through advertisings to actually get to the information you may be looking for. Whether or not YouTube actually puts that advertising in anyway, that's not my control. But as of right now, today, April 30th, 2025, I'm only at 526 subscribers. So this YouTube channel is not nearly big enough to get advertising on the videos anyway. Anywho, where are we? We are walking along the Columbia River, just north of Vantage in central Washington in the desert, where, as you can see, because it is nice in the middle of the spring, everything is still green and wildflowering. I am in the backcountry of Ginkgo Petrified Forest State Park, where I just walked north along the left shore of the Columbia River, above it on top of the canyon, and just walked for about 2.5 miles until the trail wanted to take off and go up into the hills, and I kind of ran out of time, so I decided I wasn't going to do that. You'll get some better views here shortly. I just want to get some of this out of the way. So yeah, we're about 500, 600, 700 feet above the shores of the Columbia River, which is currently impounded behind the Wanapum Dam, which makes this Wanapum Lake. There's a whole bunch of other desert things to do. Anyway, actual sort to the video. Yada, yada, yada. We have gone on such and such amount of videos in such and such amount of years, 4 years, averaging such amount of videos, or else such an amount of adventures, and we're usually averaging like 3 to 4 videos in adventure, which is one adventure video and a couple of long exposure videos, which I've always liked to do, and it's always been kind of the reason of the channel. But of course, as you know, I'm a completionist, which you didn't see it on this video. See, there's the views I was looking for, which you didn't see at the front of this video. But normally when I have an activity or a long exposure video, I have like a little intro sequence where I take 3-second clips of some of the top 5 videos of that category of the previous year and turn them into an intro sequence. Take, for example, hiking, which is going to be mostly, this video is going to be a desert expanse video, but say, for example, hiking. We did something like, or we have done something like 65 or 70 videos where I have put exclusively in the hiking playlist. So out of those, whatever my favorite ones or my favorite coolest hikes or best clips I got, 3-second clips I got, I'll put those 5 together and have at the start of the video to kind of show you the best of what we did the year before. Well, not every one of these playlists I have, which there's like 28 or 30 or something like, not every single one of these I have done. We have done 5 adventures to make an intro sequence for. I think we're pretty close. There's only 3 or 4 that are partially done and maybe half a dozen that haven't been touched at all. The rest of them we've done at least 5 adventures in and to count for it. But that is what I'm mainly talking about. I would like to get some of that done to complete it. So I'm looking at things like, bouldering, for example, which is a sub-sport of rock climbing. We have not done any of that since I started Coulee Outdoors, which we have the gear for. We have the chalk, we have the shoes, I have a crash pad. Nash and I did a whole bunch of it in college. We just haven't had the opportunity to do that. There's plenty of opportunities to do it even in just Washington State. I'm looking around right now. because there was some deer and there was some bighorn sheep hanging out. Not in this draw, but the next draw, a couple draws down, there was a bighorn sheep when I came up this direction. So yeah, that playlist has no videos in it. And I would like to get enough videos done to where I can make a playlist. There are some that are incomplete, like kayaking. You know, that nice, big, glassy piece of flat water over there, the Columbia River, Wanapum Lake. There are, I just figured this out this morning, with the fancy new signs Grant County put up for their recreation areas, they have installed something like a dozen hand launch boat launches along the lakes along the Columbia River within their county, whether it's Rocky Reach, Wanapum, the next dam up over by Wenatchee. There's a couple of sets of lakes, and they have in the last couple of years put in a whole bunch of little dot recreation areas where you can launch stuff. Paddling is fun. We've got a couple of them done. I think we've got 3 videos done: Diablo Lake, Cooper River, and paddling through Snoqualmie Valley. But again, not enough. I need to get to my ADHD, whatever you want to call it, tism wants to get to 5 videos to make an intro sequence. Ooh, ah, pretty, pretty flowers. That is arrowleaf balsam root. The shorter yellow stuff, I'm not sure. That pinky flower is phlox. Anyhow, so I'm a completionist. I want to be master of none, have a bit of knowledge of all. So that is what I want to work to complete, is doing that. Getting enough video content done between this year and next year, so that every playlist I have on this channel at least has enough videos in it where I can have an intro sequence. And that also will flex into the next thing, is there are 32 or 33 wilderness areas in Washington state, including the 3 national parks. I have, over the last couple of winters, compiled a massive list, which you will see during the intro sequence when I start talking about the various hikes or kayaks or whatever we're doing. I'll say, yeah, this is this, and I'll have a bunch of information pop up where it'll say how long it is, how steep it is, what's the sea you do, yada, yada, yada. I'll also show you a top 10 and or a top 25 list. And that'll be the, if it's in a wilderness area, that'll be the top 10 hikes or top 25 hikes I have decided through my research that I want to do in that wilderness area. Take, for example, if I pull up my phone really quick so I can show you an example on screen, let's do the easy one that I have done a lot of, like, come on, update, think, come on. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Overall top 10. For example, let's look at Mount Rainier National Park. You'll see there's a number 61. That is, through my research, I have counted out 61 different day hiking possibilities within the park. You'll see various colors, yellows, light greens, dark greens. And whenever we do the hike, if it's in this top 10 or top 25 list, it'll be highlighted in bright pink, which I'm also going to talk about this part in there. But anywho, a lot of these wilderness areas have no colors in them because we haven't gone and seen them. I think we have gone to date seen 10 or 12 out of the 33 wilderness areas. So that is something else. Completionist, you know, that little ticking annoyance in the back of my brain going, go see this new spot, go see this new spot, go see this new spot. Need to go visit them. And the goal was to visit all of them by the end of this summer, which was a goal I set last summer. That obviously did not happen. Another pretty flower, because I think we only ended up visiting 3 new wilderness areas last year. So yeah, that needs to get done. Other than that, specific hikes we want to do. So the bighorn sheep was in this draw, and she probably has continued. Oh, there, oh my God, right there. There's a whole bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are they sheep or are they pronghorn? I don't think there's pronghorn here. It's not deer. Deer aren't gonna herd up like that. It's either bighorn sheep or it's pronghorn. I'm pretty sure it's bighorn sheep. Well, shit. Wilderness list. I actually talked about that, so now I'm into actual specific heights. Okay, that's fine. We can watch them for a few more seconds. Hell yeah, dude. Let's get some. Herd of bighorn sheep on top of Babcock Bench in Ginkgo State Petrified Forest along the Columbia River. Oh, there's the one, solo one. She's over there still. But there's the herd coming to see her. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, that makes me so happy to see the rest of the herd. Cool, this video's good. And I caught it just at the right time too. Alright, anywho. So now we're on to the specific hikes portion of this video. So I covered what I want to do in general, so now specific hikes. Would really like to climb another volcano this summer, which would either be Mount Baker or Mount Adams. Now, I've been saying this since before I started this channel, but I really want to do it. I've done St. Helens twice. I've gone up halfway up Mount Rainier to Camp Muir half a dozen times. I would like to get another volcano under my belt because I A, really like climbing them, B, they're really freaking cool, and C, there's a tattoo I want to get on my back of them in geographic order, but I don't feel like I can justify getting that tattoo until I climb at least 2 out of the 5, so I need to do that. Nash specifically really wants to go up and do some things around Baker, which is Artist Point and I think Chain Lakes loops, and then of course there's tons and tons of other things. Oh, I want to go up, the other thing I really want to do is go up Lost Creek Ridge in the Glacier Peak Wilderness, because that's about as close as you can get to Glacier Peak itself on just a day hike. Because the Whitechuck River Trail up to Kennedy Hot Springs and the actual base of Glacier Peak has been blown out since 2006, and I highly doubt anyone's ever going to fix it. So, and then other things. I mean, I was supposed to come out here and get a whole bunch of desert hikes done this spring in the wildflowers. This will be desert hike number 2, and the wildflowers are almost all done. I would like to go get more off-roading in because I enjoy it with Rex. Rex enjoys it. I know Nash. Oh yeah, those are definitely sheep. I can see the curled back horn on that female there. Oh yeah, look at them all. Frick yeah, dude. Again, they're right there at the very top. They're about to ridgeline themselves. Hell yeah. Get close to Glacier Peak, summit one of the other 2 volcanoes. Nash wants to go to Baker specifically. I'd like to get more paddling in because that's really fun. Talked about that. I'd like to get more bouldering in because that's fun. Need to make sure I get more fly fishing in while I'm going out onto applicable hikes. And then yeah, other than that, just spread the love. Go see as many new wilderness areas as possible and just go hang out and spend more time outside. Last summer was really hectic with work and I did not get outside nearly as much as I wanted to outside of the Yellowstone trip. I can talk about that actually. Going to Montana here for almost a week fairly soon to go help work on the ranch that Jared is living on. And then really far out plans, if things still go to plan, which is pretty much timing of house and pregnancies and such like that, you know, adult things. Planning on going to Glacier next summer, so summer of 2026, and then after that it's really wide open. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully by the end of summer 2026 or summer 2027, because let's be real, I'm not going to get it all done in 1 or even 2 years. We'll have gone and visited all of the 30 wilderness areas in the state. Hopefully by the time I start having kids, Serena and I start having kids in the next couple of years, and by the time they're old enough to start coming and joining us on hikes, I will have been able to have summited all of the volcanoes, or all of them besides Rainier, at least, since Rainier takes multiple days. Glacier Peak also takes multiple days, but that's just backpacking in multiple days. And yeah, just keep filling out the playlist. Leave comments down below. I know this took a hell of a long time, but leave comments down below on what you would like us to go see. Do you enjoy the regular hiking content? Do you enjoy the swimming content, which I need to do more of because I'm half fish? Do you enjoy the fishing content? Do you enjoy the off-roading content? Let me know what you like to see. Let me know what brings you back to these places. Is it because of my narration style, which I highly doubt? Is it because of the long exposures where I stop and you get to stare at a mountain with very minimal talking or outside noise, or a lake or a waterfall or whatever for 20 minutes, half an hour at a time? Is it just the fact